have no fear, Mr. Organic is here, and you're tuned in to Call It How You See It TV with Mr. 3.
And call it how you see TV. Today we have one of our special guests. He's an artist. He owns his own business. His name is Mr. Organik. So tell me about yourself for those who do not know.
Well, I'm just like most from, the black culture that came up. We just come from a sense of, poverty, you know what I'm saying? Just a bad environment, a lot of bad things. So I'm just one of those typical guys, but just turned that dirt that was given to me and turned it to diamonds. So just one of those typical stories, but in a untypical manner because I'm a person that never drunk, never smoked, never did any drugs, don't have any baby mamas. And I basically built my brand and I built my whole company by myself.
Why do you call yourself Mr. Organik?
Well, it's 5 principles and 5 C's I use to basically consider someone being organic and the organic lifestyle. That's being healthy, that's being fresh, that's being real, being original, and of course having growth. You put those in a pot, you let that grow, you can't go wrong. So that's the organic lifestyle. And I always had those things about me. I always was fresh, I always was just myself. And I was always trying to grow and be a better person. So that's how the organic lifestyle was built. And also it's just an acronym for a lot of things to me. Like, I just feel like I'm in an adjective. So like when you say things are cool or people say things are wavy, it's like a thing that people say that clarifies everything for me. So if I see something I like, oh, I like that. That's organic. That car look organic. Instead of saying dope and all that, I always say organic because it fit in so many categories. And then people just start calling me Mr. Organic, and I lived up to it. And that's me, Mr. Organic.
I see you with Tall Guy. So tell me about the car.
Yeah, tall guy.
Uh-huh.
You said how did we start doing that?
Yeah, the fancy cars. How did you guys start doing that? About the cars. Just tell me about the cars.
Yeah. So what happened was we both in Minnesota. We both were working at a basketball academy, training kids and stuff like that. And he came to me one day like, man, let's do YouTube. And I remember I always wanted to do YouTube because I saw a documentary on it and showed how many people was making money just by being themselves on YouTube. I'm like, I need in on that. So when he brought it to me, I'm like, man, I was already thought about being YouTube, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what kind of content to do. But he was like, man, we should do the cars, man, because there ain't too many black people doing stuff with cars. And on top of that, ain't nobody that's really tall. So it could be like, we could talk about how it is to be a tall person and having these cars. And then on top of that, coming from a urban background, there is nobody at all that's being like a real urban person talking and doing this car stuff on YouTube. So it just opened up the whole different lane. And that's how we got started off reviewing the cars in the beginning, just reviewing different cars. Because if you look up a car, you'd be like, okay, Mercedes-Benz 2022, blah, blah, blah. You want to check it out. It's going to be somebody popping up describing the cars. But when we used to do that, it was no black people ever coming up when you look at the cars. So we used to do that to stand out. So first we start off reviewing, then we built up our own money and our own influence, able to start buying the cars. When we start buying them, people bought into us, and that's how we built the brand. And that's how we are here today, from reviewing to owning.
Oh wow. Oh wow. So you do music as well. I was actually listening to some of your music. Do you actually write your songs on real life story about yourself, or how do you actually just sit down and create your music?
All my music is created right there on the spot. So I don't sit down and write anything. It's always just I call it voice vlogs because it's all current and it's all real. It's really my life. So I don't even write. I just sit there, put the beat on, and then I just start going and just going instantly and just making the songs. I do it on my YouTube. People see it. It's all organic. It's like an organic flow. So yeah, it's all my real life. That's why it's so easy for me to make music, because it comes right off the top of the head, off my real life and experiences.
You also have this style, this Egyptian style. Like, what made you actually wanted to wear this Egyptian style? That's cool. Like, you wear gold all the time. Is gold your favorite color or something? Since you on Call It How You See TV, call it how you
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh, you gotta call it how you see it. I just I like wealth. I like things
Oh
that
wow.
hold value. I just love, you know, I like walking around with hundreds of thousands of dollars on my flesh. Like, I just think that's cool. And I look back from our African ancestors to the Egyptians, to like our continent. That's how they used to walk around back in the day, and having sculptures and having staffs with gold on it and gold sandals. Like, we come from that. That's our heritage. So it just evolved to how we are now. I just enjoy it. And on top of that, for a person like me, it's beautiful marketing and promotion. It's like a walking billboard. So once somebody see this big old necklace on my neck, like, what is that? One of the ones. That's one of my brands. So it's like, not only is it a sense of entitlement to the wealth and the blessings that I gave myself, but it's also marketing and promotion, and it's investments too.
What made you
Right.
decided to get a colorful beard?
Yeah. Well, initially I wanted to do it 2 to 3 years prior to me doing it, but I was afraid that people would think and judge me. So I held off by other people's perception. So that's one thing of me just being free and not giving a damn what someone thinks, say, or do. So that's why I did it. But on top of that, I just looked up the spiritual connections to it. So if you could Google uh, Black Muslims dyeing their beard, because you see like Somalians and different countries in Africa, they dye their beards orange and like that. And I was like, why they always did that? And then I looked it up. It's because they want to differentiate themselves from other Muslims. On top of that, it shows they're enlightened, like they closer to Muhammad. And it also shows you have wealth, because it costs a lot of money for the henna you put in your beard, and also takes time. And you already know, in those countries, if you got time to sit there and get your beard dyed for a couple hours, you got to have some money, because that takes time and money both to do that. So it stands for that. But on top of that too, I just really wanted to stand out. I never seen nobody do it the way I wanted to do it, and it was great for my brand. So it got spiritual connections, freedom connections, and branding connections.
Oh wow, wow. I have been watching you for almost 2 years now. When you created the mask,
Right.
what made you decided to create the mask?
Yeah. Initially, when I first made my original mask, it was when Corona started. And making their own individual masks, they were just getting the regular ones. And I wanted something cool I could walk around and wear, and also put my brand on it. And once I did it, everybody kept asking me, where can they get them from? So I was like, okay, I'm going to give them to people. I mean, they're going to buy them, of course, but I'm also going to donate to needy families during this time. So I gave most of my proceeds away from the mask to needy families. So I gave like 5 families. I think I gave out over like ten to $15,000, and I did pretty well with that. That was one of the best things I ever did. So first, initially started off as some fashion for me, and then I ended up helping some people, and also, it just added more arsenal to my brand.
You went on live, I think, last week, and I was asking about your tattoos. How many tattoos do you really have, actually?
I don't know. I lost count a long time ago. I just say I got one, because my full back, full front done, my sides done, both arms completely done, my legs halfway done. So I just say one, because it's just too many to count individually. They all connected, so I just say one.
Speaking of one, your business name is
Damn ones. Yeah, that's right there on the chain. One of them ones, man.
one
It's
of
just
them. How did you come up with
I,
that?
I always was just one of them ones. Like in high school, like in kindergarten, like the town you're from, the city you're from. It's always that person that was like that guy or that girl that everybody knew, like, man, what we call it? Yeah. Like, it's just one of them ones. It's almost like being the main character in a movie, a main character in a video game. Like, Bart Simpson is one of the ones in The Simpsons. Like, he's the main guy. Like, so to be one of the ones, you got to be the main person wherever you at. You just stand out more than anything. On top of that, being one of the ones is being a super creative and being your individual self, not like no one else. You got to be the one of them ones, that first of the first. So I always put it like guys that were cold, they put two twigs together and made fire. Like, them is one of the ones, the first person to ever make fire. You understand me? Like, I'm one of the ones, the first ever to dye their beard like this. Like, that's one of the ones. Be an individual, be yourself, and then be creative and be free. That's being one of the ones. Not like no one else. You can't be compared to, can't be contrast with. It's just original of the original. You love yourself, and you stepping out of the comfort zone and being your own template, being a seed. So that's to be one of the ones.
You are also a comedian. I was actually on live. The way you make jokes, I'll be laughing. You called someone a roach one time. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
did you just call him?
yeah, I'm brutal. Yo, I always, like I tell people all the time, man, I was always the class clown. I was the best athlete. I was the best fighter. I was just everything. The girls loved me. Like I was just all around that guy. So it's like I can joke with you. I can get serious with you. I can get spiritual with you. I can get business with you. It's whatever. I can do everything. It's nothing that's all blemish with me. So being funny and being charismatic is something I was blessed with. And even like joking back and forth with my trolls and roasting them, that's fun. Some people take it the wrong way when I call people roaches and peasants. They think I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to the people that's fucking trying to tear me down. I'm not talking to my people that rock with me. But like I said, it's about growth. So I don't really engage in that much anymore. So even on my live streams, I calm down because I'm just here to spread positivity and encourage my people to know they can do this too. So I just tone it down a little bit. But I like aggressive humor. That's the kind of humor I like. But everybody can't understand it, and it is what it is. So yeah, I'm known to be pretty comical at times.
To close up the interview, looking at yourself today, did you ever imagine yourself moving to California, actually driving these fancy cars?
But yeah, did I ever picture myself living at this level? I dreamt of it. I manifested it. I always was a big manifester, a big believer before becoming an individual. But to tell you the truth, no matter how much I believed, how much I worked for it, how much I dreamt of it, did I actually think it was going to happen? I didn't. I didn't doubt it, but I'm like, man, I got some crazy expectation. This shit really happened. I'm gonna be living a dream. So I'm living a dream every day. Like I completed all of my goals and tasks. Now I live within appreciation and gratitude. So man, I just tell everybody out there, dream big and go hard, then go harder than that, and dream bigger than you did and dream bigger than that because everything is literally possible. I know it's cliche, but them people just don't understand how potent it really is. You're looking at somebody that was in the basement 5 years ago, paying $600 a month, now I live in a mansion in Malibu. I had 5 supercars at one time, $500,000 in jewelry, doing what I want, how I want, in the biggest, most expensive city in the entire world, just about. So everything's possible. Anything is impossible. So yeah, I dreamt of it. I believed it, but did I know? I didn't know. Now I do.
Any projects coming up you want your viewers to know?
I'm still working on my NFTs, the Gargoyle Gang NFTs, so get my real supporters with me so we can really ride and go to the top. It's all about the Gargoyle Gang. Gang stand for going after new goals. We turn a negative to a positive. And, we gargoyles. That means we hard and fly at the same time. We're going to work hard, go hard, but we're still going to be fly while doing it. We don't want no problems, but we defenders and we protectors. I'm defend and protect myself with the highest quality of destruction if I have to. So that's the Gargoyle Gang. But yeah, so the NFTs is coming. New music is coming through an NFT album. New merch all the time. Got my new bags out. Just dropped these in this color for sure. This colorway just dropped. So of course I got my new beard oil line. I just finished. That should be dropping next week. Just finished that. A great scent. So yeah, just more and more. Just everything. I just never know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be a lot. And that's what I do know. I ain't gonna never stop.
Well, thank you so much for your time to allow me to interview you. I can go all day, but I actually want to save when I actually do meet you in person.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome. I appreciate you reaching out to me. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't be afraid to reach for your goals. Don't be afraid to, contact people because you never know who's going to say yes. Don't worry about the no's. The no's is easy. The yes is a blessing, so always reach for those blessings.
Like, subscribe, or click the link below.